welcome back to the most exciting 1 hour on a Saturday evening. This is the Ladies Circle. If you see us dancing a little bit extra on this episode, it's because the incredible Zigi is here and we're in the dancing spirit. A lot of fun is to come on this episode. But as always, we're here to also discuss some very pertinent issues, like Sika said, in our society today. Now, this one that we're about to get into, all you have to do is just type in sports betting, betting tax increase on any of the social media platforms, and you'll see the variety of views. Some of them very unprintable, but it's got the youth really riled up because of this introduction of a sports betting tax. Some 10% that the government is seeking to take from the winnings that come from sports betting. A lot of tongues are wagging, with the consensus in some quarters being that it's a bit too much and the youth are simply trying to survive. But regardless of what side of the fence you find yourself, it's something that is worth talking about, because others are also of the opinion that sports betting is something that we need to stamp out of society, because like other things, it too can become an addiction. Mr. Incredible Zigi, I'm coming to you first. You're our guest. Do you participate in some odds here and there?
No. I don't participate, but I know a few people. Most of my guys are always betting. They'll be busy on their phone. You think they're chatting a woman or something. They'll say, oh, no, are they bet? Are they bet?
Are they bet?
Yeah.
Odds have come through.
Yeah, most of my guys bet.
Well, how come you don't bet? Your friends do, but you don't. Why not?
Because I know it's addictive, and I don't like to start something that I can't end. Because I know when I put my mind on something, I make sure I finish it.
But Ziggy, what about the tax on betting? How has that gone down with the betting community? You have close ties, so you are speaking for them today.
So the tax is not a problem.
Really?
But yeah, it's not a problem to introduce high taxes, because it will help the government if they use it well. If they use it well.
Thank you.
Yes.
You understand? It will help the government if they use it well. And on the other hand, if they are paying high taxes, it will deter the youth from engaging in betting activities. And it will also affect the betting companies.
That's right.
So if it affects the betting companies, it will now make these betting companies operate underground. And if they operate underground, it will worry the government. That will also expose the youth to unsafe environment.
A lot of criminal.
Yeah.
Anita, I'll come to you on this one, because there are two schools of thought floating about. On the one hand, I'm hearing from, some government communicators, because of course they have to come out and explain to us and educate us on why this tax is out. I'm getting the impression that on the one hand, government wants to maybe eradicate the betting. That's why they think this will be a deterrence. On the other hand, I'm hearing that, well, we need money in the system. People are making money, what we call almost free money, if you will. So let's also find a way to rake in the money. If it's really government's wish to stamp out betting, would they not just, make it unsavory for the betting companies to exist within our space? But as at maybe last year, they collected a whopping over 400 million from these betting companies. So they see the value in them on the one hand. They're making money, but they're telling us betting is bad for us. What is the real truth behind this tax?
So, the fact of the matter is that when it comes to betting down here in Ghana, it's someone's full-time job. A lot of the young men, even some of the women.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the women are betting. A lot of women are betting too. It's a full-time job for them, because sitting down, share odds. No.
It's a cooking the odds.
You're cooking the odds.
Cooking it.
It's a lot of work that people have spoken to who go like, you have to sometimes, the teams that are playing, get their history, know how they play, get all the tactics, make sure that, Charlie, everything is on point. My question is, already we're paying taxes on almost everything. You go to a restaurant, you eat, and they bring your bill, and the taxes sometimes, it's almost close to the amount you're paying for the small food you went to eat.
That's true.
When it comes to the sports fraternity, I don't have a problem with government taking taxes, but in this instance, what is the money going to be used for? I also think that 10% is way too much. These taxes that are being taken from these people that are winning, what are we seeing the money being put into? Are we going to see some sports facilities Are we going to see some
astroturfs
being done? If we know where the money is being channeled into, and we're getting accountability for that, I am sure some of the young men will say, okay, no problem, or let's work around it and make sure that, okay, you're taking maybe 5%, and at the end of the day, I'm still getting some good money. The government wants to find any and every avenue to get money from the ordinary Guinean. The betting companies are also providing employment for other young people.
Yeah.
I do not want to mention names of course, we know the betting companies. They've employed hundreds of Ghanaians. Hundreds of them. That is taking at least, let's say, 1%, 2% of the burden when it comes to unemployment on the government. I do not entirely support betting or lottery.
Sika, the moral argument that betting is bad, so we must stop. No, it's because she's cooking odds, so she's waiting for the odds.
I'm cooking.
You're cooking, okay.
I'm cooking. I'll sell it to you later
Thank
so
you.
that we can
I'm
make some.
waiting.
There is a national lottery
Authority.
set up, right? And they themselves run certain games.
Yes.
Does that not fall under betting
Oh,
as well?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between an independent betting company coming in who pays their taxes, you know, does what they need to do contractually for government, and what the government themselves do? What's the difference? So right now, where is your moral standing?
To be honest, I do have a stance on that. And Incredible Ziggy, you touched on that because you said you don't bet because you know that it's addictive.
It's very addictive.
And that's an angle that we can't ignore. Because for some people, it's effectively gambling. That's what is going on. And some people don't know when to stop. I've seen people lose homes,
Yes.
everything they have because of betting. But for me, for government to step in now and make it seem as though, well, the tax simple is a disincentive, it's not genuine. And for me, it's the other way around. Because if government has provided an enabling environment for the youth to set up businesses, to thrive, a lot more people would not be attracted to the betting. But now you've made it such that young people don't really know where to go, and they're getting into the betting. You are contributing directly to said addiction.
To be fair, all these Ponzi schemes and all these issues we've been having with these institutions that call for people's money and say they will double it, they will triple it, and that have backfired consistently because there was no proper regulation around it. We're not mentioning any names, but I'm sure we know who we're talking about. Is it not even better? Nobody's condoning betting, nobody's condoning gambling, but is it not better for somebody to put their money in a betting game, knowing the odds that
and the risks
that they might lose this or they might win? It's the risk that they are willing to take.
Yeah.
Government just needs to regulate it properly, make sure that people are protected. But sometimes where it counts, Momono, they don't do much. Now people have lost savings, their children's school fees, their families, like you said, put it in a scheme that they thought, oh, there is no way they were going to lose it, that they were actually going to, you know, make returns on this. But instead,
You know
it
something?
turned around. I would rather bet. Yeah.
What made you decide not to get involved? Because we've seen several of them online, or bring this, we'll double it for you and all of that. What is your reason as an individual?
I personally, I'm not the type to be going after something everybody is going for. So I like to start my own journey. That's just how it is. So maybe if I see people always rushing into this, I wonder what is there. I don't want to go and I wouldn't be able to come back because they are not able to come back. The people around me, they don't find their way stopping. They are stuck to that. They have hopes, and still there's no hope. So I don't see why you're not giving me an example. I know it's not happening for you, for me to be encouraged to join in. So I'm not seeing anything. I wouldn't join.
Yeah. Investment in itself is a risk,
It's
right?
It's definitely a risk.
There are investment portfolios where a financial advisor will tell you that these particular investments are safe investments. You know that you can't lose your money or lose your principal. Then there are these ones such as stocks, Bitcoin, etc., that you know, if you win big. If you lose too, you lose. So you are aware. There are so many like these schemes that you're talking about that the government hasn't even finished regulating. Now they want to go on to betting and gambling. That has done absolutely nothing to them. Nobody's coming out to complain that a betting company has schemed them or has taken, because everybody goes in there knowing the rules and coming out with whatever it is that they come out with.
I mean, I know we want to move on very quickly, but a quick start for all of us to
Give it to
situate the
us.
conversation. And Incredible Ziggy asked the correct question when he goes, where is that money going? More people would pay their taxes if they saw the taxes in action. When it comes to tax irregularities, when we say we're collecting money into water into a bucket full of holes, that's how I think about tax. Between 2010 and 2015, losing money out on tax irregularities cost us over 9 billion cedis. The money that was collected by way of tax, we don't know where it just lost. So we're asking the right questions. When we start to see our taxes being retained in this bucket, we'll pay more, but we'll park it.
We'll definitely pay more. But you know, let's talk dance. Incredible Ziggy, you've met Incredible Ash. But how did you get into dancing? Like, how did it all start for you?
I always used to dance when I was young. I always used to be the life of the parties. My mom would call me anytime there's a party, oh, Michael, come and dance. I'll dance and entertain them. My dad wasn't in the country by then. So I used to do dance more when I was little, but it got to a point when I went to JHS, SHS, my dad was complaining. It's like, why are we paying school fees and I dance and dance? But I was winning best dancer in JHS, I was winning best dancer in SHS, uni, you know, I had to complete school and say, oh, this is what I want to do. And it's my calling. Dance is like the best way of me being able to express myself through the movement of my body. So that's what I want to do. And I've been able to start a journey that I'm affecting people's lives. There's so many lives tied to mine. I have Afrozik, which is like picking dances from the streets, the rural areas, where people don't pay attention to. You know, these dances we do in Ghana, they are brought from the Ghana areas, the Jamestown, the Choko, the Shukura, and all that. So, I mean, I scout dancers out there, groom them into professionals, build a platform for them, position them well for the market to be able to earn from whatever they are creating. Because I myself have been able to create dances like coupe dance steps, pilolo dance steps that went viral. And everybody was there. Even till now, people are still doing it. So I feel like if I'm able to create a dance that I'm making money, I've been able to go to UK and all that because of what I created. So why are these people in these rural areas creating, and someone will come down, learn it, and go teach secondhand and make money?
How are you able to convince the parents or even these kids? They have the talent already, but of course you need the permission from their parents or their guardians to bring them to your side and then train them. How are you able to do that?
Okay, so gone are the days where if you say you want to dance, people will say, oh, nah, dance wouldn't take you
think more
anywhere.
parents are like more open now?
Yeah, right now, I mean, everything has changed. Those days is far gone. Now, they are seeing what we've been able to do, myself and some other people in the dance industry. We've changed the whole narrative. We are able to make some money out of dance. We are pushing back into these dancers who are coming up. So they are seeing the future is bright. If they weren't seeing anything, they wouldn't encourage that.
How are dancers making money? I can understand, from the social media aspect, your views go up, but how else do you make money?
Okay, so social media, you get views, but sometimes the songs are flagged, copyrights. You can get money from influencing, like being an ambassador. You can get money from judging, dance battles. You can get money from traveling around to have dance workshops.
Nice.
Sometimes it's nice to bring the dance to them, not always watching on social media.
Are you also coming up yourself with like dances that is going to, shake the world?
Of course, as I said, I've been able to come up with dances that has gone viral. The Pilolo dance that went viral, Janet Jackson performed the coupe dance, was infused in the NBA 2K20 game. Like, I've been able to do dances that are still in the system, but I mean, you don't just force it. So it has to come. When it comes naturally, we implement on it.
Do you have to copyright or trademark those dances?
Yeah, of course.
And if you do, what is the process of doing that?
So when I did the coupe that went viral, and we had the NBA 20 do it, we had to find lawyers in that country, which is the US, because your lawyers here can't work there. It doesn't affect them. They have their own
legal system.
Exactly. So we had to find people there. So anybody who uses it,
Was it expensive?
Yeah, it's expensive to acquire a lawyer outside.
But you still did it?
Yeah, I have to do it because someone will use it. And when they use it, I can be just sleeping in the house and I'll get
the money is coming in.
Yeah, so that's very important.
Someone was saying that, lately it looks like every song that comes out, it comes with a challenge.
Oh, yeah,
we see Ziggy doing something. Dance God is doing another thing. All of you, there's a challenge. Are you guys thinking that every song should have a challenge? Or before a song blows on TikTok, Instagram, do you necessarily need a challenge, a dance challenge, to make it like as big as some of the songs have been with the challenges?
Okay, not necessarily. These artists come to us for dance challenges because they know this is what will help promote their song. But if you bring a song and I know this song wouldn't go further,
You tell the artist.
I'll tell the artist. I'll not tell you directly, but I'll charge you extra. And that will let you know that maybe you will not pay that.
Hey, and if they have some serious investment,
Oh, no.
Then you
we
add
know
some
how
more
to.
to
We
it.
know how to go about that. But I personally, I wouldn't jump on something that I know wouldn't help me.
Okay.
Just like no brand will try work with a brand that wouldn't bring back revenue.
I think you are charging.
Charlie?
I mean,
Because
it's not-
avenues the doors.
You know,
Yes,
Sika, I am
workshops.
adding dancing to it.
There's a lot of workshops.
Yes.
So many workshops, dance classes, judging on
Master
panels,
classes.
Brand
master classes, brand
endorsements,
deals,
producing.
influencing.
Okay, so let me make it easy for you. We
Yes.
have Afrozic Foundation. So there's a percentage that goes back
To
into
10%.
No. There's a percentage that goes back into everything. You know, there
Yeah.
are people,
I love
there are
that you
the
give
needy
back.
there. We need to. Anytime we do dance class, there's a percentage we keep for our Afrozic Foundation. We give back to the street. I'm bringing dancers from Kumasi, bringing dancers from Sunyani. They are based there, Tamale. I rent for them. So
Oh, wow. God
this,
bless you,
this
Ziggy.
money is not just for my
Amen.
pocket.
just
Their
for your
lives are
pocket.
tied to us. They
God
chose
bless
to
you.
dance.
God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with the DWP guys, Dance God?
Oh, yeah.
What's your relationship like?
Oh, we are good. We are good. I was even at the TMS. I was at a locks shop yesterday, just yesterday. I met a few of them. I was like, oh, you guys are doing amazing. You know, because me and the other guy, you know, we've been dancing since.
Which other guy?
Lloyd. We've been dancing since. So we are like, we've done most of the dirty works. So this is our time to, you know, help and encourage these young dancers coming up. DWP is, you know, with Lloyd. They was with Lloyd when they were coming up, you know. Yeah,
Do you think it's a lot on your shoulders, being still that you're still trying to figure out yourself, but then people expect you to bring the whole dance community with you?
Yeah, I mean, like, you never stop learning. You always have to try and stay relevant. You might see us to be very young, but some of us are in our 30s.
You're not very, you are young.
Really?
So-
Lloyd posted, he's 30. I'm 30 years boy.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've been dancing over decades.
But that's still young. Please, 30 is still young.
No, but 30
Anita,
for
30 is
dance?
young.
30
30 for
is
dance.
not young.
It's not
30
young.
you feel
Why
old.
if the bones start to
Yeah,
ache,
so you should know, look at, we are looking all young, but
It's the
30
dance
is
you know,
not
the dance that
young.
keeps us active. You need to stay relevant. So that's what me and Lloyd we are doing right now. We are trying to stay relevant in the industry.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed this, our conversation. At least we've gotten to know you much better.